What up, beautiful people? To God be the glory. I am Brother D. So blessed to be back here to continue my story. What up, what up, what up, BPs? All right, so goodness gracious. So I'm so excited for this video today. On last week's video, I had said that I was going to do a segment talking about the Bibles that I have and the different translations that I have and which ones are that I find to be most helpful to me. All of them, let's get this out the way. All of them are helpful. It's just which ones help that are more conducive to my understanding. And also, I just want to get this out the way. It doesn't matter how many Bibles a person has. You can have a library full of Bibles. It doesn't make you more holy, more righteous, or more sanctified than the next person, because you can have a library full of Bibles, but a heart full of darkness. Okay, so let's get that understood first of all. So, yes. So today I'm excited, as you see. As you see, I have quite the repertoire of Bibles, which I love. I love to collect Bibles, and also I love to compare the translations. So I'm going to go ahead and just run through these, give you a little background of each Bible, and also let you know how much each one really helps me. So let's start off with Old Faithful right here. Old Faithful, the King James Bible. All right, now I really don't have to explain much about the King James Bible, because you all, if you know, you know, you know, you know. Everybody, if you have a walk with Christ, if you call yourself a Christian, even if you're lukewarm, you should know. Excuse me, Father. I got jokes. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not funny. King James Bible for me is Old Faithful. Now, I know a lot of people can get over the these, the thous, and all of that such, but I love the King James Bible because it really keeps the integrity of the word. Because there's a lot of translations out there that that simplify it. I'm not using the right word, but they simplify it and they over expound on the message of what's being said in the verses, and it kind of like dilutes the true meaning, and it dilutes the power of the word. Because when it comes to, you're speaking against the devil, saying, "For it is written," you're not about to say the verses out of the Amplified Bible. You're not about to say the verses out of the Message Bible. I mean, and those are Bibles that I don't invest in. But the King James Bible is Old Faithful. I love it because it keeps it. I feel like it's an authentic power that comes through the original English transliterations, and the King James Bible is one of those original transliterations into English. It was one of the first Bibles, not the, but one of the first Bibles transliterated, not translated, transliterated into English. So, Old Faithful, I would have to say the King James Bible is my second favorite Bible. Yes, I know. Yes, but we're going to get to number one in a second. All right, so next one that we have is the Besorah, the Nazarene version. And also, I'll make sure that I put a link down in the description box of where you can get each copy of these Bibles if you find yourself interested in one of these translations. But the Besorah. Now, the Besorah, I got this Bible about almost 3 years ago, when I came into the knowledge of the true name of God. Now, one video one day I'm going to get into what is God's name, because in the King James Bible, they have the all caps Lord. Now, where you see the all caps Lord, there used to be his name, but the Jews said that they thought his name was so holy, which it is, and reverenced his name to be so holy that they didn't find themselves even worthy of writing it or even saying it. So, yes, but this Bible right here, it was, I got this from, I can't remember the gentleman's name. I'll make sure I put his name right here. But I got this Bible. He was one of the gentlemen that transliterated this Bible. He studied Hebrew and Greek extensively. And also, like I said, the difference between this Bible, it has the original names of the people. Like his name wasn't Adam. Eve's name wasn't Eve. The prophet's name weren't weren't what they have been transliterated to in English. Like James, should I say Jacob's name was Yakub. Jacob's name was Yakub, and it says James right there as well. But Jacob as well. And also Israel, that name was Yasharel. I probably butchered that a little bit. But this Bible has the original names of the people as they were back then. It's been transliterated from Paleo Hebrew and from the Greek. So this is probably like my fourth favorite Bible. Okay, and I'm not gonna place these Bibles on which one is my favorite. I'm not gonna keep doing that. So I'm gonna tell you what my number one is. All right, I'm gonna skip that one. All right, now this one right here is the New American Bible. Now, this Bible, it puts things in like common English terms, and also the Catholics use this Bible. Now, I'm gonna do a video one day about Catholicism, but the reason I got this Bible was because it has the Apocrypha in it. It has the books that were taken out of the Protestant Bible, books such as Tobit, Judith, Esther, First and Second Maccabees, also the Book of Wisdom, not Proverbs, but it's another book just called Wisdom, and then Besorah, which I believe is Ecclesiasticus, because you have an Ecclesiastes and an Ecclesiasticus. But yeah, Baruch. Yeah, it has a few of the different books from the Apocrypha in it. So that's why I got this book. I really got it mostly for, to read up on Ecclesiasticus and, Baruch and all the other books out of the Apocrypha. Just to deepen the knowledge of the word, just to glean that wisdom, just to have that knowledge. Now this one right here, this is a pretty old one. Is labeled the book because it's the good book. But this is the New Living Translation. Now, I like the New Living Translation because it gives the word a colorful narrative. It connects the dots between some of the things that aren't really expound on or connected in the King James Bible, but it gives the New Living Translation it's easier with the flow of the narrative when you read it. It gives you more of a clarity with the stories being told, and it walks you through it quite easily. So I like the New Living Translation. I could say this is probably like my third or my fourth favorite Bible. The Action Bible. Now, I know they like, why he got that Bible full of cartoons? Now, don't sleep on it, because this Action Bible is actually really, really awesome. Now, of course, everything in the written Bible isn't in here. This covers basically all of the Bible stories. Now, this doesn't really cover much of doctrine. I mean, it covers some here and there, like the epistles of Paul, summarizing some a little bit. But this is comic book depiction of most of the stories of the Bible. Yeah, all of the stories of the Bible, actually. So that's David and the lion, yeah, and Samuel. So this one's pretty awesome for people that are visual learners. Now, yeah, this is pretty, and then there's Samson and Delilah. It's very awesome for people that are visual learners, because it gives you that, like I said, it gives you that visual along with the text, because it was some things in the text where I was like it was one thing in the text where David was running from Saul, and then it will say he was climbing up the side of the mountain and this, that, and the third, and I couldn't quite visualize that right. But when I went to it in here, it showed me exactly like what David actually did, like physically. It gave me a depiction of it pictorially. So this is really awesome for those that are visual learners. It's a good companion for the written word, and also this is a really good resource for kids. So if you have kids, you have that are in their preteens and teens and such, even younger kids, this will start to get them hungry for the word, because it's like a comic book. It's like a comic book, and what kid isn't gonna love that? So they're being entertained, and they're being educated in the word. So moving right along. Now this one right here, I really don't read this one much. This is a Bible that I have, sitting in my living room, sitting on the table, have it open. I always have it open to Psalms 91. But this one right here is the official Israelite Nation Bible. I'll let you look at that. As you see, those are brothers and sisters. They gave them locks and such. People will usually say, oh, that's that Hebrew Israelite Bible. I would say yes and no, but it is a Bible that recognizes, the people of African American, it is a Bible that recognizes African Americans as Hebrews, because in Deuteronomy 28, it talks about how Moses said how Israel will be taken up and taken away into a strange land by people whose tongue that their language they did not know, and they will be taken away by ships. Now, Israel, okay, we're going to go into a little educational right here, a little teaching. Israel and Judah, when they split, when they became two nations, Israel went into captivity by the Assyrians. And Judah, the southern kingdom, went into captivity by the Babylonians. Now, when both of them went into captivity, they didn't go by ships, they walked. The only people, I wouldn't say the only people, but the people that, to my understanding, that were taken over by ships are the people of African descent of the slave trade that came over to the Americas. So you can do your research on that, believe on that as you will. One day I will go into detail on a video on that. But yes, this is the official Israelite Nation version. Before it goes into the text, it has different little outlines of Israelite heritage and history. And it shows where the Jews had, where they had dispersed when they were coming out of Rome after, shortly after Christ had ascended and the church was starting up. There was a persecution of Christians. There was a persecution of the Jews too that not converted, but the Jews that, followed the teachings of Christ. So they actually went into Africa and migrated there to escape the persecutions of Rome. And it goes into detail talking about that. And also it gives information on, the tribes of the 12 tribes, and also gives information, just some historical, like some pro-black information. I'm trying to link it in with Bible. It talks about Marcus Garvey, Harriet Tubman, and all those things. Michael Luther King. Yes, his name was Michael, not Martin. Michael Luther King. So it's really, 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 really interesting. And also it has some of the original Hebrew words, like the name of Christ, the name of God, and the different original Hebrew words for things. So this one's pretty good. I don't read this one much, but because it really because it's in King James Standard when you get to the actual word, but the only difference is it just has that extra, pro-black, pro-Israelite information in the front of it. All right, now this one right here, the Geneva Bible. I absolutely love the Geneva Bible. I love reading the older text because I like to see. I believe the older texts are the most unadulterated texts. They are the most, they are the texts that aren't tainted, not saying, well, I actually am saying, because some of these texts are actually, they omit stuff. They keep stuff out, like the NIV Bible. It has verses omitted where it literally will skip from the 20th verse to the 22nd verse. The verse that I know that they omitted from the NIV version is where they talk about this kind doesn't come out except by prayer and fasting. It literally skips the verse. But I love the older text. Now this is old English. Like, I don't even know if I can call it old English, but from when I read it, it's really old English. Like the spelling of certain words are different. That even some of the letters are a little different. But once you get into actually reading it, and you start to identify which ones, where the subtle differences are, you'll start to read it like, like nothing else. And then I love the artwork in it. I love I love the different artwork in it. There was a depiction of the temple, yes, where they had this the tabernacle when they were in the wilderness. I love these things. And also I love to compare the text because there are some verses that are slightly different, like Ephesians 6:12. Here is the regular King James version of the text, and here is the Geneva version, because the original King James version says, "We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, spiritual wickedness in high places, rulers of darkness of this age," and blah blah blah, not blah blah blah, but resta. And the Geneva Bible, it words it very different. It talks about the evil governments of this age, and it goes into like, it just gave me a different perspective from reading that. So I love reading the different translations and comparing them, because it gives me a well-rounded perspective of what the word is actually saying. All right, and last but certainly not least, my absolute favorite Bible translation is the New King James Version. Now, this is a specific New King James Version. This is the Chronological Study Bible. I love this Bible so much because it is just what the title says. It puts the Bible in, it puts the text in chronological order. It puts all the events of the text in chronological order. So it jumps a little bit, but it keeps the integrity of the text and it keeps it in order. I love it. Like First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, First and Second Chronicles. Those are jumping in between each other. So say you'll be reading something in First Kings, and then it'll jump over to the same parallel text in First Chronicles. I love that because it first of all, it helps you to reiterate on what you just read and compare it to the very same parallel text talking about the same events, and it's not all scattered to where you have to be like, dang, I don't even remember what led up to this. How did this get like this? How did this happen? So I absolutely love it. And then it has, it has the transitional text where it tells you where you're leaving basically like from one scenario or one situation that's going on, and it gives you like a little synopsis on the transition, what's going on, and just, you know what I mean by transitional text. It just tells you, it bridges the gap between what you just read and what you are about to go to. What you just read and the new scenario and instance in history and lessons that you are about to go to. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love the artwork that's in it. I'm pretty sure that's Besorah when God was writing his hand. Yes, writing on the wall after he was drinking out of the holy vessels. I absolutely recommend this Bible because it's easy to read. It doesn't stray too much from the King James Bible. It keeps the same integrity of the King James Bible, but it just puts it in modern day terms, like it takes out the these and the thous and all of those things, but it is paralleled to the King James Bible. It just takes all of that old English out of there and brings it into modern day speech. But I absolutely love this Bible. It is absolutely awesome. The artwork in it is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I mean, y'all can't see much of the artwork, but absolutely. But like I said, I will make sure, I'm gonna make it my business to remember to put in the description box every single link to where you can get these Bibles if you are interested in them. Guys, put in the comment, let me know which Bible translations you all read and that you work with on a day-to-day basis and that you get a greater understanding of the word from. Put that down in the comment section because that can help somebody as well. Tell me also if you have any questions about these translations. Put that down in the comment box as well. Give this video a big thumbs up if you if it was helpful unto you, and also share it with somebody, because people stray away from the word of God because they feel like they have to be fixated or just stuck in one translation. If you do not understand what you are reading, what is the point? So get you a Bible that you understand, okay? All right, beautiful people. Now, without further ado, always remember, let God get the glory in your story. Be blessed.